Hey everybody, I've brought you to Colwyn Bay Beach for Wellbeing Wednesday. I am pre-recording this on Tuesday evening. I'm Julie from the Coaching Den for Life. I'm a counsellor and I specialise in supporting parents of children who have been diagnosed with neurodiversity and also adults who have been diagnosed later on in life with neurodiversity. So I think it's quite appropriate today to talk about individuality and how you express your individuality. So I'm sat on the prom and I want you to think about how you respect your uniqueness. Your individuality is a blessing. It's not a burden. If you try to be like everyone else, your life will be no greater than theirs. You have to stand out from the crowd. If you follow the crowd, you'll never stand out. You'll never do anything different. If you travel the same road as them, you won't get to see anything that, you would see through your own eyes. And we see this an awful lot. As young children, we're told, you've got your dreams, you can do anything you want. And then we get into education and they say, well, actually, no, you can't do that. Or no, you're not fit for that. I was told, go into childcare, because you're not academic enough. Well, it wasn't because I wasn't academic enough. It was simply for the fact that I didn't fit in to this box that I was trying to be forced into. And people say, yeah, just be yourself, but not like that. No, don't do that. No, you mustn't act like that. So, you can be anything in this world, but you have to take your own path. Like in psychology, there's a concept called social proof, and it suggests that people like to follow the crowd. Now you'll have seen that an awful lot over the last 18 months. If everybody else is doing something, you assume that it's the right thing to do. Just have a think about it. If you're walking down the street and there are two cafes, one is full and one is empty, which one will you go for? You'll presume that the one that is full is a good cafe and the one that is empty isn't quite as good. Do you think that's right? Because I've seen that happen so many times. But just because you do something that everybody else does, it doesn't mean to say it's right. Crikey, slavery used to be considered to be normal, and now we would actually agree that it's inhuman. Gay marriages were never allowed. Now they are. So just stepping outside and being you and following your own path is so, so important to your emotional well-being. I know I've done it many a time where I've tried to fit in, and actually it's just made me unhappy. So I'd like you to think about this and start to question your own actions. Oh, it's so nice out on this beach, actually. I would never have done this in a million years beforehand. Why do you do what you do? Question it. Why do you choose what you choose? Are you doing what you really think is right? Or are you following the rest of the crowd? I know as Mothership is here, there are so many individuals and we do stand out from the crowd. And I do hope you can hear me over the seagulls in the background. How lovely is that? So yeah, are you really doing what you think you should be doing? Or are you just following the crowd? If you look at it and you think, well, a lot of your actions are dictated by others. You know, you're not in control of your life. And without control, you start to panic. And anxiety sets in because you're not being true to your authentic self. And we do talk about this an awful lot, being true to your authentic self. Because I work with neurodiverse people, and certainly neurodiverse women who have learned to mask over many, many years, their anxiety can be overwhelming, and the panic attacks can be overwhelming. And when I work with people, I teach them and talk to them about embracing their individuality, because we're incredible and we do need to stand out from the crowd. You know, at the end of the day, we end up having no control over how much joy we experience if we're following everybody else. And we become slaves to other people's opinions. Over the last 18 months, you can see that fear and scarcity are used by the governments to control society. I've known many, many people, you know, instead of living their life as they'd have chosen, they've lived their life by what they've been told and dictated to by other people. And it's all well meant. It's all as it should be. But is it right for you? Is what you're doing now right for you and right for your mental health? And while a lot of people, you know, they do want what's best for you, but that's only their opinion. You know, they make decisions for you, but it's based on fear. False expectations appearing real. I will say that time and time again. They're actually making recommendations to you from what they've been passed down. We see that happening with our parents, and our parents tell us we should be doing this and we should be doing that, and we should have a good job. But you shouldn't really feel that you're living with somebody else's beliefs. You shouldn't feel that you're having to meet everybody else's expectations or live a certain life to gain their approval. You shouldn't feel like you have to shy away from being who you are. That incredible, incredible individual person that you really, really are. It's your uniqueness. And don't let other people limit your life. It doesn't matter, does it? Because either way, you know, you're going to be judged whether you live your life on your own terms or on other people's. I've got a feeling I should have started this with a song. I had my happiness one last time with Ken Dodd. You know, someone once said that a tiger doesn't lose sleep over the opinion of sheep. The tiger isn't swayed by judgments from animals whose behaviour is actually dictated by social conditioning. The sheep constantly seek validation. We live in Wales. Look around. And direction. And they lose their own identity. Then it remains lost. You know, authenticity is really rare these days. And many of our actions are at the suggestion of someone else. Just think about that. You know, without drawing you into some kind of paranoia, which is not what I'm aiming to do because this is Wellbeing Wednesday, we're easily programmed to satisfy other people's needs. And as women, we do that a lot of the time automatically. We're looking after our partners, our business, our children. And where do our needs come in? Where does our authenticity come in? Don't let your individuality, still can't say that word, get taken away from you. Think about it, just so that you can fit in with the rest of society. You know, enhance it. Enhance your uniqueness. You know, when I talk to newly diagnosed autistic people, they tend to become more autistic after a diagnosis because all of a sudden there's an explanation and they can actually start being themselves and really embracing that uniqueness. You know, a lot of people are living in this imaginary box that you just don't fit into. And I've been there. I've really, really been there. And I remember as a child, my nickname was Granny Allen. And that was because I couldn't talk to people. So I spent my whole life walking around from a very young age, from the age of 5 or 6, escaping into the world of books. I never put my head up. I just read and read. It would also have been because my mum bought these bloody awful boots with zips at the front that I also had to wear. But that was my nickname, Granny Allen. Now I'm known as Happy Jane, Happy Julie, because I'm living authentically to myself and doing things that bring me joy. And it's such an incredible feeling of freedom. I adore my uniqueness now. I adore my special gifts. I adore how I can help other people make changes. And before, I was always afraid to. I was always copying others. Oh, that's how I should be. Oh, that's how they work. That's how they network. I don't feel like that anymore because I feel completely in my own place, authentically myself. You know, we can always improve ourselves and we can always grow as individuals. We can step out of our comfort zone and we can challenge ourselves. And yes, that can be scary, but we're a long time dead. We only have one life, and it's your life, your individual life, because we live in our own heads, like it or not. And if we're not authentic to our hearts and who we are, then we are going to live very, very unhappy lives. There's a thing about expecting, just accepting yourself. And I want to read this out to you because actually it's from a very, very good book called Good Vibes, Good Life. And it resonates with me. They will call you quiet because you're perfectly happy in silence. They will call you weak because you avoid conflict and drama. They will call you obsessed for being passionate about the things that you love. They will call you rude for not engaging in social pleasantries. They'll call you arrogant for having self-respect. They will call you boring for not being extrovert. They will call you wrong for having different beliefs. They will call you shy when you choose not to interact, not to talk. They will call you weird because you choose not to conform to social trends. They will call you fake for trying your best to remain positive. They will call you a loner because you're comfortable being on your own. They will call you lost for not following the same route as others. They will call you a geek for being a knowledge seeker. They will call you dumb for not being an academic. They will call you crazy for thinking differently from others. They will call you cheap for knowing the value of money. They will call you disloyal for distancing yourself from negative people. Let them call you what they want. You don't have to play that part that they want you to play. Create your own part to play in this world and embrace your uniqueness. I'm having a wonderful time on Colwyn Bay Beach. I'm Julie from the Coaching Den for Life. Please visit my Facebook page. Any questions, if you'd like to chat to me, get in contact either through the mothership and have a wonderful, wonderful time embracing your uniqueness and finding joy in life. Take care. Much love. Bye.